Hello, this is Father Bob Basic and my dog Ripley here with another installment of Burning Questions of Faith, where you ask your clergy questions of faith and we do our best to give you an intelligent answer. I am here with him, Ripley, after we just got done celebrating, well, not we, I just got done celebrating a funeral here at St. Gerard. You know, Christian funerals are such a beautiful thing. They're full of hope. Everything points to hope. The readings, the prayers, the symbols, all of that points to the hope of our faith. That as we live our lives in Christ, then we too share not only in His death, but in His resurrection. And so even in the midst of sadness, even in the midst of mourning, we're able to gather with family and friends, come here, Bubby, and entrust our loved ones into God's loving embrace. And so that brings us to the question of faith that we often get as priests. Do pets go to heaven? Ripley, are you going to go to heaven? The world wants to know. I've only been a dog owner for a couple of months now, and he has brought great joy not only to me, but also the other priests that live in the rectory. One of my favorite things about having a dog is, you can just have the worst day. Everything could be going wrong, and you get home, and the dog is so excited to see you. You're the most important person in the world to them, for even if it's just those 2 minutes, and that has a way of lifting your joy, doesn't it? Many of you that are pet owners know what that's like. So, do pets go to heaven? That's an important question that a lot of people have. So let's look at that. Let's try to give you an honest answer from the wisdom of the church. I think first it's important to remember that God made animals, that they're part of His creation, they're part of His design. He delights in them, and they're good. They're created good. They're part of God's goodness and part of God's creation. Secondly, though, we remember that humans are created differently. Humans are created in the image and in the likeness of God in a way that animals are not. And because of that, God has given us an immortal soul, and we were created to live in union with Him for all eternity. So will dogs go to heaven? Do our pets go to heaven? Not in the same way that we as humans do. But that's not the end of the story, because it's important to remember that heaven is not just a place, that part of the resurrection, part of heaven is that all of creation is going to be renewed. And Ripley is a part of the creation. Animals are a part of the creation that God has given us in this world. And so that's important for us to recall. Secondly, what's most important is that I can tell you with absolute certainty that is in heaven, we're going to be lacking nothing that is needed for our complete joy. So we're not going to be missing something or lacking anything in our joy, in our happiness in heaven. And so what does that mean? How is the joy that Ripley brings to me or your pet brings to you in your life, that's going to be a part of you in heaven in a very real way. And so we trust. We trust in God. We thank Him for the goodness that He has given to us and called us to be His sons and daughters. And we thank Him for the gifts of His friends and His companions that He gives us along the way. God bless you from myself and from Ripley.